2 years ago, Ketanji Brown Jackson became the newest Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
In her new memoir, Lovely One, the history-making justice is telling the inspirational story of her journey to get there. Take a look.
I can honestly say that my life has been blessed beyond measure.
In the summer of 2022, Ketanji Brown Jackson was sworn in as the 116th Justice of the United States Supreme Court, becoming the first Black woman chosen to serve in this role. She details her life leading up to this extraordinary moment in her new memoir, Lovely One.
Mine has been an unlikely journey in many respects.
Born to two public school teachers, Ketanji grew up in Miami, where her father's admission to law school inspired her life's mission.
My very earliest memories are of watching my father study. He had his stack of law books on the kitchen table while I sat across from him with my stack of coloring books.
She was accepted to Harvard, despite being told by a guidance counselor she was setting her sights too high. She graduated with honors, earned a law degree, and met her future husband, Dr. Patrick Jackson. Together, they've raised two daughters, Talia and Layla. She worked for years as a public defender and federal judge before being nominated to the nation's highest court, the same court that upheld the separate but equal Jim Crow laws her parents lived under until just 16 years before her birth.
In my family, it took just one generation to go from segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States.
Lovely One is the moving story of striving against the odds and achieving one's ultimate dreams.
How much more lovely can any one life be?
Can't cry yet.
I mean, I'm crying before we even talk to you. Justice Jackson, good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely One. It's a beautiful title for your life. It is also what your name means.
It is. So I was born in 1970, and my aunt was in the Peace Corps in Africa. And my parents, who, as your piece showed, grew up in segregation, but had a very fierce pride in our African-American heritage, asked my aunt to send African names. And they chose Ketanji Onyeka, which they were told means Lovely One.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. I mean, we know representation matters. I remember being at home when I was a little girl and seeing a woman of color on the news, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. And now you never know. There may be a young girl or a young person of color, and they see you and they say, ooh, I want to do that. How long did you know you wanted to go into law? Is it something you've always had on your heart, or?
Oh, going into law from the very beginning of my memories. I talk about that in the book. And my father went back to law school when I was young, and we lived on the campus of the University of Miami Law School, and we would sit together while he was studying, I was coloring, and I always thought that law was something that I wanted to do.
I mean, you always thought that, and we do a lot of manifesting segments on the show, but I'm not sure there's ever been one quite so powerful. In your high school yearbook, you basically wrote that this is the dream you wanted to have, and then you went on to do it in your Harvard graduation book, too.
Yes.
So you felt this in you.
I did. When I was in middle school, I came across the story of Constance Baker Motley. You talk about having role models, and she was the first African-American federal judge. And we happened to share the same birthday. And that was so powerful to me as a connection with her. And the fact that I'd already been interested in law really made me feel like, well, maybe I can be a judge.
Yes.
And it was around the same time that Justice O'Connor was appointed. So then there was a woman judge on the Supreme Court, and I think it just went on from there in terms of my interest.
There comes a time in our lives sometimes where you go to school, you're doing all the things, and you're like, I got this, I'm doing this, and all of a sudden this little voice, this imposter syndrome comes. Did you have a specific experience, and then also, how do you overcome that?
Well, I did. I had that imposter syndrome voice happen to me when I was a freshman in college, and that happens a lot, I think.
Yes.
It was in September, right at the beginning of the school year. It was my birthday coming up. I was feeling like out of sorts. I'd come from Florida, from Miami, big public high school, and here I was in, Harvard, and I was feeling very like maybe this is not the right choice. And I was walking on a path right in the yard, and a woman passed me, a black woman I didn't know. And as we passed, she must have seen it on my face, and she leaned over and said, persevere.
Oh, that part in the book.
It was just like, oh.
About like a guardian angel or just an angel.
It really felt like it. It absolutely.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
you know, Harvard was important for many reasons. One of which, I think, I said this earlier in reading your book, I didn't expect it to be such a love story. This book is a love story about your parents' love for you, which was so powerful, your love for your daughters, but also you have a pretty romantic, lovely love with your husband, whom, and you write this, and I feel this way about my husband, you don't know that you would be here.
Oh, absolutely.
Without him.
Absolutely. I mean, the support that he has given me, the fact that he was the one, you talked about manifesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he said when he was training as a resident and first getting into medicine that we needed to be in Washington, D.C. because I was going to be on the Supreme Court one day.
There was a time during the process where you write about, and I told your husband, you said, I looked over at him and he gave me a sense of safety and calm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I wrote that down in my notes section. I thought, oh, God, what a partner.
Yes.
For you to be able to look
true.
across the room and feel that.
You know, and he's here, and I just have to ask, because I think he was trying to kind of, first of all, he's like me. He's like me. He cries at everything. But also, I think he was trying to kind of get your attention, and you hadn't dated before, so you were like, what?
I did not know what was going on. We met in a class, and he would sit behind me. It was one of those stadium seating kind of deals, and he would put his feet on my chair and tap on my shoulder, and you know.
She wasn't getting the picture.
The awkward aspect of being a teenager trying to get attention.
Yes.
That's all.
You weren't getting the picture. Well, I think your love is really, really beautiful. We talked a little bit about your daughters, your beautiful girls, and I love that your younger daughter wrote up a letter. Not only was she supportive, but she wrote a letter to President Obama. And this is what she said. I have to read some of it if you guys can go back, so I can. She said, she is determined, honest, and never breaks a promise to anyone, ever. If there are other things she'd rather do, she can demonstrate commitment and is loyal and never brags. I think she would make a great Supreme Court justice.
She did. She wrote that when she was 11.
What?
And she was just determined to let the president know because she had come to me and said, you know, I think you should apply for the job of Supreme Court Justice. This is after Justice Scalia died. And I said, you can't apply for that job. And she said, well, I'm going to tell the president who you are.
That's amazing.
And she wrote a letter.
Did she get a response?
Well,
it all worked out. We do know that. We know how
She
the
got a
story is.
response.
Yes,
The response is bigger than she
I
could
love
have
that.
ever
Wait,
dreamed.
before you leave us, well, you're not leaving
No,
us.
she's
I
not.
want to talk to you at the commercial break. But before we go to commercial, I've read that in addition, obviously, to being a Supreme Court justice, you love Broadway. And you love, I know you
You were acting.
You were acting coming up.
I did. I acted a lot in college.
I mean, is that Mo Rocca? Yes.
Oh, that's right. Mo Rocca and who was the other
Matt
one?
Damon.
Matt Damon.
We had a brief encounter.
Before they were stars.
Before they were stars.
Really, all three of you have.
But could you, because you wrote in your Harvard yearbook or whatever that you
Yes.
want to be both the Supreme Court justice and a Broadway star. Now, I had a small part in Chicago because
you?
my dreams were also Broadway.
Oh,
Al did
amazing.
Waitress.
Yes.
It can happen.
Is it too late?
No, I.
Okay, y'all.
Is there something you would want to do? Do you have a favorite? You know, do you sing?
I do sing.
Do you like-
I would love to be in a musical, maybe during the summer.
What about Les Mis?
Les Mis?
Because we could even do it at the Kennedy Center.
that would be
I mean, I don't know why I'm inserting myself.
I mean, literally, she just said we. Did you?
Well, I know, but we have to live out our dreams together.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
She's like, step out of my dream.
Okay, you're going to have much more with Justice Jackson, including her time on the court right after this. Step out of my dreams. Can go to the Kennedy. Step out of my dreams. We are back with Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She is out with a beautiful new memoir, and it is called Lovely One. We are so happy to have you here. Let's go to that day, being sworn in.
Oh, my
as the
goodness.
first.
Yes.
That must have been a dream, and also I can't imagine the weight that must have felt too, like everything at once.
It was so phenomenal, but also overwhelming. You know, I felt obviously proud of the accomplishment, but also so grateful for all of the people and the circumstances that led to this wonderful accomplishment in my life. And that was really why I wrote the book, because I wanted to pay tribute to the people who had gotten me to this point. No one reaches the highest of heights on their own. I say that in the book, and I really felt that on that day.
You know, it's interesting, you know, you talk about certain events in life where you remember where you were, and I just remember during all of it, you know, people were calling people. I remember friends having phones, you know, at work trying to watch. I mean, it was such an event for so many people. Did you feel that? Like it was bigger than you?
I did. It was absolutely bigger than me. And, you know, all of the people who not only reached out to me, but just were there. You know, who people on the street saying, we saw you, keep going, we're supporting you. And so it was really wonderful.
You know, this is an elusive group. No, it's kind of secretive. None of us really know what happens. There are friendships that are formed that have been widely written about. Have you found it to be a friendly place, as much as you can say?
Well, no, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's a small group of people, and we have appointments that go on for a very long time, so you have to get to know people. I will say that one of the things that the court does by tradition is the newest justice has a welcome dinner thrown by the justice that immediately preceded him or her. So Amy Coney Barrett threw me a wonderful party. And you try to figure out something personal about the person and make that a part of the party. So she threw a Hamilton-themed dinner, which was great. And she had a big sign made that said the room where it happens. And she hired a singer to sing songs from the show. So it was really wonderful.
Beautiful.
We're in such a politically divisive climate right now, and if I don't agree with you, then I'm not talking to you. I don't care about your family. But obviously, when you guys are together, you may not agree, and yet and still you can get along. Can you talk a little bit about that and the need for that now?
Oh, absolutely. I talked about tradition on the court, and one of the things that we do is we sit down for lunch. Almost every time that we have a court appearance or a conference, lunch is available for the justices, and the rule is you don't talk about cases. So we learn about people's families, and we talk about sports and movies.
Does that help to not take it personally when you see the other person as a human, even if you disagree?
I mean, that's something that we could all learn from. You know, obviously, there's no secret that the state of the court and the future of the court has been written about a lot. People are worried. What do you say to those people that are reading your book and are watching you?
Well, you know, I think about it in terms of democracy, that, you know, people are engaged now. They're thinking about the court and the form and the function and the structure, and that's really a part of our democratic process. You know, judges are public officials. We're government officials. We're not beyond criticism or constraint, and so people looking at our democracy is really a part of the way we are.
Well, there is no doubt that if you get this book and you read it, or if your children, your girls read it, when Mila's a little older, I'm going to have her read it, that you love this country very much.
Thank you.
And that your parents loved this country.
Very much.
And so thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my goodness.
And for putting this beautiful piece of work into the world.
Oh, well, I'm delighted. I'm so glad you read it and
I loved it, and I think it will inspire so many.
I love it. Okay.
Thank you.
So again, the new memoir, Lovely One, is out today. You can get it at today.com/books or wherever books are sold.
Get it. I feel like it's going to be taught on some class curriculums.
Thank you.
Or if I was still a teacher, I'd be teaching.
There you go.
Thank you.